Hello again guys, it's Coach here back another video. This is what if Naruto had Godzilla sealed inside of him. So this is a new what if. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Guys, we've reached 600 subscribers. Thank you for that, guys. Journey to 1K subscribers. Yeah, so let's get straight into the video. So guys, we're gonna start this off at the night of the Kyuubi attack. Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage, is currently fighting with Obito Uchiha. So Minato used the Flying Thunder God level 2 to, Rasengan Obito in the back, sending, Obito retreating. Minato, he had a trick up his sleeve, a secret which is hidden from most people. Minato is an Uchiha, and the son of the most prominent of all Uchihas, Madara Uchiha. So, Minato activates his Mangekyo Sharingan to go and free the Kyuubi from, the Genjutsu. So, Minato locks eyes with the Kyuubi and says Kai as he then deactivates, his eyes. So, Minato then rushes over, to Kushina and the three children, which Kushina is named Mito, Menma, and Naruto. Naruto being the oldest, the first one, to come out. Yeah. So, Minato then looked at his children as he then decided, to split the Kyuubi in half. 50% of his chakra goes to, Menma, and, 50% of the other chakra goes to, Mito. The soul then gets given to Naruto, because, Minato is just like, I'm sorry, my son, but it has to be done. So Minato summons the Shinigami to, seal the different parts of the Nine Tails into, his children. But the Shinigami has other plans. She has other plans. The Shinigami is a female-ish. So, the Shinigami, then decides, to seal one of the greatest terrors the planet Earth has faced since an era long before the era of the Sage of the Six Parts. The beast, the king of all beasts, Godzilla. So, Naruto naturally is gonna have an adaptance, to Godzilla's chakra, because it's like God chakra at best. So, continuing with the video. So the Shinigami then continued to, to seal 50% of the Kyuubi chakra into Menma and the other 50 into Mito, and the soul into Naruto, as well as, Godzilla. So the seal on Naruto's stomach, like changed a bit. It's no longer, the 8-prong seal that Minato put. It's now about, like 9-prong seal, which is there on Naruto's stomach, because, Godzilla is also there. So the Shinigami then tells Minato, if he neglects any of his children for any matter at all, the Shinigami will come back and collect his soul. So the Shinigami said to Minato. So Minato then said, I understand, Shinigami-sama. Minato said to the Shinigami, which in turn the Shinigami nodded and vanished. Time skip. A week later, Jiraiya of the Sunny, as well as Tsunade of the Sunny, has come back to the Leaf Village. So, Jiraiya then heads over to, the Hokage office, as, Tsunade heads over, to, like, with Jiraiya as well. They then arrive at the office, as they see Minato on his desk doing some paperwork, with some shadow clones, while, Minato is talking to Kushina. So Jiraiya then comes in and says, "Oh, Minato, how are you doing?" Minato then says, "Oh, Jiraiya sensei, it's good to see you." "Oh, Tsunade sensei, it's good to see you," says Kushina. So, Minato was trained by Jiraiya, and, Tsunade trained Kushina, like in the ways of medicine and all that stuff. So, yeah. So, Jiraiya then began to talk with Minato. He then said, "Minato, I have received a prophecy from the Toads. This prophecy regards of a person who either save the world or destroy it. Minato says, Jiraiya says to Minato. Minato nodding, as you know, Minato said, so what does that have to do with my children? Minato says, one, or if not both, of your children, which have the power of a great beast within them, will be the ones to fulfill the prophecy. So, Minato then says, so what am I supposed to do? So, Jiraiya then tells Minato that since you see 50% of the, like 50% of the Kaibi's chakra into both of your children, we should train them, like we should focus on them. The fate of the world depends on this, Minato. Jiraiya says. So I'm gonna have to pause the video, guys, just a sec. Sorry for the pause, guys. So back to the what if. So Minato then nods, understanding the caution Jiraiya is putting in these words. As Tsunade and Kushin also heard this. So they then decide secretly, they also invite, the three elders, Danzo, Kohura, and Homura. They then invite those three elders. As Jiraiya then tells them, about the prophecy and, how they can spin things in the favor of the Leaf Village. Which, these elders are power hungry. So, they're like, yeah. So, how are we going to stop the villagers from, hating these two children of prophecy? Says Danzo. So, Minato then says, I have come up with a plan for that. I will tell the villagers that I have sealed the soul of the Kyuubi into I sealed the soul of the Kyuubi into Naruto. Minato says. Kushina does not even spare a glance, She has like this little feeling of hatred in her. She doesn't like Naruto. So, Kushina then says, yeah, right, Minato-kun. So, Tsunade is a bit skeptical about this. She's not really sure, what to do. Because, you shouldn't really scorn one child. Unless you want another, murderer in the making. Which, Tsunade says, like, we shouldn't really scorn him. Then, Danzo then says, don't worry. He'll get beat up by the villagers for the first few years of his life. Then I'll come in and rescue him and take him into my root anbu. Which, Minato then nods at this, supporting Danzo. But unknown to them all, the beast which is inside Naruto, both of the beasts which are inside Naruto, are listening to this conversation. They're seeing through Naruto's eyes, because, the seal changed. They're seeing what these people are talking about. And, they start to feel, pity for the boy. They are feeling, some compassion. They don't really know what to make of these people, trying to twist prophecies into, their own favor. So, Godzilla, who is inside Naruto, is raging. His power, is overflowing. With, Minato, Kushina, Jiraiya, they feel like, a sudden shift on their spines. As if, something bad is going to happen. But, they pay it no mind. They don't really care about that. They just care about twisting the prophecy. So, time skip. A 4-year-old Naruto. 4-year-old Naruto at this point is running away. If you guys are wondering what he's running away from, he's running away from blasted villagers chasing him down. For what? Naruto does not know. He doesn't really know what it is. So, Naruto runs into an alleyway, thinking he has finally escaped from the villagers, but unknown to him, it's a dead end. The villagers pounce on him like hungry lions. They start beating him. One of the villagers, takes a sword and, stabs Naruto in the stomach. One takes a kunai and, hangs Naruto on the wall in a crucifix manner. So, the villagers then go a step further, to brand Naruto on the side of his thigh, to brand him demon. You know, Minato is watching from, the secret, the spyglass, in the Kage office, feeling pity for his son. He decides, he decides to send Kakashi to go and save Naruto. But when Kakashi arrives, Kakashi does the most despicable thing. Naruto thinks, Kakashi is coming to help, but, Kakashi activates his Chidori and, stabs Naruto in the shoulder, which Naruto screams out in pain. So, Minato doesn't even spare a glance, he just turns off the spyglass. As, Krishna came into the office, says, Minato-kun, it's time for us to begin the training. And, Method nods and says, yeah, you're right, Krishna. So, time skip, night time at the Namikaze compound. It's, Menma and Mito's birthday, as well as Naruto's birthday as well. But, they don't really, recognize Naruto in this man. Naruto arrives, he, climbs into the house to the roof. So, Naruto gets inside, as he opens the door, he cleans himself up as he goes down, as he, wants to go downstairs, but he stops. As he then decides to listen, Minato then says, I declare Menma the heir to the Namikaze clan. Kushina then says, I declare Mito the heir to the Uzumaki clan. Naruto is broken. Naruto is so broken, in fact, Naruto's eyes glow red, and a Tomoe appears. Then another. Then another Tomoe appears. 3 Tomoe. But it doesn't stop there. Naruto's, his feelings are running wild. All the beatings, all the caressings from all the villagers, gets to him. His eyes continue spinning as this Tomoe, morph into a 3-headed scythe. It's like, some scythe. Like, I'll show you a picture of his Sharingan later. They spin into a scythe. They don't stop there. They continue spinning as, the eyes start to have a ripple pattern inside of them. As the ripple pattern starts to go deeper and deeper, as it then turn purple. So, Naruto does not even feel, the power coming from his eyes. But, after a moment, the eyes then turn off. Godzilla, who is inside Naruto, is shocked. Really, he's shocked. This power was only seen by he saw the Sage of the Six Paths having these eyes when he was a summoning contract for the Sage of the Six Paths at that time. But, the Sage of the Six Paths used Godzilla to defeat the Ten Tails, because, Godzilla is bigger than the Ten Tails and much more powerful, in my own terms. So, Naruto closes his eyes, he then just sighs and says, so they finally get rid of me this way, Naruto says, chuckling a bit. Whoever thought they'll get rid of the firstborn? Naruto just sighs and says, very well. I guess I'll just have to leave for a training trip to make myself stronger, then come back and show them who is wrong, Naruto says. And he then just, chuckles to himself madly. So, Naruto then, heads over to the Namikaze library as he takes out a scroll. Naruto is a smart, big brain. He's smarter than Shikamaru. He's got about, 300 IQ. He goes into the library and, takes out a sealing scroll. As he then, activates some of his chakra, which, Naruto learned from reading a book. Naruto activates his chakra as he then, grabs some scrolls. The scrolls on the Raishin, the Basengan, the Kenjutsu of the Uzumaki clan, the Kenjutsu, different types of Kenjutsu styles, Taijutsu styles. What else? He grabs, the Uzumaki sealing techniques. Because, he also grabs another Uzumaki map, which, he discovered from studying in the library, and his parents locked him in there. So, after sealing all these things, he then takes out a small scroll. As, he then seals the big scroll in the small scroll. He then puts the small scroll in his pocket. Naruto then heads over to his room, where he grabs another small scroll, which Naruto has been sealing food items, like preserved food items like chips, some juice, like all that stuff, some ramen, which he lent like in a preservation seal. He can put some ramen which he got from the Ichiraku ramen stand, because the ramen guy is a G. So Naruto then thinks to himself, about finances, but he then decides like he'll think on that later. But first, he then goes down to his parents' room. Parents are enjoying the party with the other clan heads. Naruto goes inside his parents' room. As he heads over to the safe, he then draws his bat on the safe, as the safe then opens. Naruto then takes about 8 million Ryu and, about, 20 gold bars and puts them in his coin, seals it up, closes the safe and walks out. Naruto then grabs his backpack as he seals some clothes in it and, he then heads off, jumps through the window, heads off. But before going off, he writes a letter, which I'm gonna probably do in the next part. So guys, I'm gonna end this video off. If you like this video, guys, please subscribe to my channel. About 50% of you guys have not yet subscribed to my channel, but yeah. So please keep on watching my content. See you soon, guys.